Hey everybody, I'm Daniel Holsworth. This is Brandon Rich, and you are cordially invited to Whiskey Cinema. Woo! You got a good one on your hands, guys. Who are we talking about today, Brandon?
Talking about Ryan Reynolds. Really, I should just say Deadpool.
We're talking about Wade Wilson.
Most of our episode will probably be Deadpool.
This was an easy one for me and Brandon. He's one of the top actors right now. 2010's sexiest man alive.
I would vote every year for him.
I'm just saying. If my vote counted more.
I vote like it's American Idol, just repeatedly.
Dial in! And he'd probably vote for Hugh Jackman.
I don't blame him. But I'm voting. My vote still goes Reynolds.
We're talking about Ryan Reynolds. Me and Brandon are huge fans of him. I was personally a big fan of him even before he did Deadpool, which just like put him way over the top for me.
Yeah, he was known a bit. Not the star he is right now.
No.
But he was known. He did a few movies before that.
He has. I mean, I think everybody that they start out, they do some shit. I think he did like some Canadian soap operas.
He did, like at age 15, that they brought to Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, they did. They brought it to Nick at Night.
That's funny.
They ended up changing the name, I think. But yeah, he did a Canadian soap opera.
By the way,
how's that martini?
Woo! By the way, in honor of Ryan Reynolds, we are drinking his gin Aviation.
Yeah, he owns his own gin. I had to go out of my way to buy this because we live in Utah.
It's a struggle.
You don't get good alcohol in Utah.
Utah's a struggle.
But yeah, so I mean, gin martini. That's what we went with.
Fucking classy. We're going straight James Bond on this motherfucker.
Whiskey cinema.
Whiskey cinema. We're drinking some. Oh, actually, and we usually start every episode off with a shot of alcohol. And just to keep it kind of more in tune with what we're doing a little shot of JD.
Absolutely, whiskey. I can drink this. That shit, though.
That's funny. You're like, I can drink straight Jack Daniels, but I don't know about this super classy beverage.
I don't know what rich people are thinking of that.
What do you put on your hot dog? You're like, I just get white bread and wrap around it. Like, it's my dog right there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's...
You little black
gin, though.
Whoa.
Oh. God, I love this job.
JD. A dirty martini. Talking about Ryan Reynolds. Not a bad way to spend a Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not. It could be dirtier.
I actually really like Ryan Reynolds. Short of how funny he is and like, dude, he works out, sexy, good action hero.
Yeah.
He brings a lot to the table. He's taken some roles that are really outside his wheelhouse. I think he's killed it at.
He has. He's a good actor.
He's a good, well-rounded actor. He's not one of these guys that you can pigeonhole. He'll break out of the mold. One that I like, just after Halloween right now, Amityville Horror.
It was a decent movie.
Yeah, that was, if you guys haven't seen, typical horror movie. Family goes to a place they shouldn't.
Yep. Well, they refuse to leave.
And they stay longer than they should.
Absolutely. It's all right to me.
It's not the best. I liked in that movie, if you haven't seen it, which a lot of people haven't, but based on a true story, I think that's one of those things that like The Conjuring does. I think Amityville Horror is actually based on a true story that actually happened.
I think so. Yeah.
So while they were filming, Ryan Reynolds purposefully did not hang around the kids and the family. He's a jokester. He's a clown. Kids like him. He didn't want to get to know the kids so that when his character flips and turns into a homicidal maniac, it really seems creepy. The kids react more. He reacts more. He didn't want to like get attached. It's like someone who keeps like a sheep as a pet and is going to eat it at the end of the year. He's like, nah, I'm hungry.
Smart. Was he going to eat those kids at the end of the movie?
I'm not spoiling it.
Well, you can. He eats them. His whole family. Dog too. He's brutal.
And hungry.
Well, he probably has venom in him.
He's a vegetarian. Such a good actor. He ate a live dog.
And humans.
Yeah, so that was one. He's done a couple movies that are like more thriller suspense, even though, honestly, I would say he is a good action hero, though, I would say. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen Deadpool, yeah.
But even not Deadpool. There's some movies he
Deadpool.
does that he's been really great in, I would say.
Yeah, my underrated Ryan Reynolds movie is an action movie. It's what? Smoking Aces.
Oh yeah, Smoking Aces. Really good.
He plays just a detective.
Yeah, he plays a law enforcement officer. You've got a lot of good names in that. Ben Affleck, Chris Pine's in it.
That's right, Chris Pine.
He
plays
plays
some weird ass dude.
Okay, so here is I can't remember who the target is.
I don't remember either.
There's the guy that flips the cards too. This is the magician. So it's
right.
The guy from Entourage, the black hair.
Yep.
And
Jeremy Piven.
Yeah, Jeremy Piven.
Jeremy Piven.
So he's like a magician that's friends with all these people. And
real douchebag.
Real douchebag. Well, he's a magician.
Yeah.
And he lies for a living. And he's going to flip on all these guys. So a huge hit gets put on this guy, where you're getting all these different kinds of hitmen that are coming. Alicia Keys and Common's in it. You get like the tactical people that are there to kill him. You get like a sniper. Then you get like these yokels that are like, what's your plan? I'm going to go into the lobby with a chainsaw and kill up until I find him.
Yeah, it's such a good movie.
Fantastic. Ryan Reynolds, there's twists in it. There's characters you like. But above all, awesome story.
The story's really good.
If you don't like Ben Affleck, he gets killed so quickly.
Which you're not expecting because it's Ben Affleck.
He's probably, at the time, the biggest name in it. I would say, Ryan Reynolds is huge, but
nobody knows Chris Pine in that.
No.
Jeremy Piven was a big name next to Entourage.
Yeah,
but not bigger than Ben Affleck.
No, and at
Ray
the time...
Liotta?
Ray Liotta's up there, but, Affleck is still like...
I still don't think he's... Yeah. Biggest name in that movie, they kill him off first couple minutes.
So fast. That's a great one. They made a sequel, really terrible. Definitely stick to the first one.
Yeah, there's not a sequel. Just say that. There's not a sequel. Watch Ryan Reynolds' version. It's really good.
Yeah,
well done.
Aces.
The action in it, I really enjoy it.
And his character at the end too. He's got he does some twists. He's like he's a cop that's a loose cannon. Like, let me see one cop that just plays by the rules of everyone else that they have to play by. He's like, he doesn't listen to anybody. Does he get fired? Yeah.
Right? You'd assume they'd all be fired, but apparently not.
After this movie. That's a good one. Smoking Aces is pretty solid. My underrated is a comedy of his I really like that I found later, which is Just Friends.
That was really good. That was a really good movie.
Really like Just Friends.
With Anna Faris.
Anna Faris and Amy Smart?
Yes.
Amy Smart's in it. And
it's been a while since I've heard of her.
Dude, they could have called it Just Friends Zoned. Really, that whole movie's about he's a fat guy when they're younger. He's in love with this really cute girl that's super friend-zoned him. He can't stand it. Humiliated. Grows up to be kind of a douchebag. But, hey.
Super handsome.
He's Ryan Reynolds.
And he's successful.
And also, sometimes girls respond to douchebags a bit more than the guy that's like, hey, you want to get a latte over here and share a froyo?
Explains why nobody ever responded to me.
Oh, you were a douchebag. I really like the jokes. Anna Faris plays a psychopath. His brother in it, you relate so well with his brother. If you have any siblings where they're like, even they're grown, and they're still having these rivalries, where he's on the phone, he's like, what you do? He goes, hang up the phone. He goes, trying to get her to have sex with you tonight? Hang up the phone. Anyways, he's a loser. He still feels bad. And he just like kicks down the door. He's like, ah! And then he tackles him. It's so funny.
I like Anna Faris in it. She plays like the super hot model that he's dating. So his brother...
Yeah, she's playing like a Britney Spears kind of character. Like a crazy fucking pop star.
His brother has posters of her all over his wall.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of them has like, she's naked with like whipped cream over her privates.
Yeah, it's super crazy.
Yeah. And I think I jerk off to every night.
So shut up. Yeah, but she's nuts. She's like, how many times have you done it in a day? He's like, 9. He's like, fuck, I should have said 9. And she's like, really? That's crazy. Like, she likes it.
Right? Like, that's every guy's like, oh, God, if I tell her I jerk off to her, she'll love it. It's because of that movie, ladies.
Also, the bloopers on that, if you guys get a chance, there's a thing where she's all dragged up, and she's just, like, eating toothpaste.
She's just
pouring
the toothpaste in her mouth.
And she puts her lips on his face and just blows toothpaste. On his cheek. And they just start both cracking up. Like, you can't... It's so funny. Definitely see Just Friends. Really funny comedy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, too. I'm not surprised that you're underrated.
Well, I don't think a lot of people have heard about it. I think sometimes when I do underrated, it's for people to be like, hey, check it out. I really like it.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I really liked it when it first came out.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
But that's me, and I know a movie or two.
All right, well, do you?
Yeah. Have you guys heard of The Voices? It's a Ryan Reynolds movie. It's weird as shit.
Yeah, The Voices. I don't know, man. He's a serial killer in that.
Yeah, he plays a guy who doesn't take his meds. The entire movie, everybody's yelling at him to take his meds and not take his meds.
Why would you need him?
So he sees things, like he's got a nice apartment, but only he sees it as nice. It's a luxurious, nice little... When you walk in there, there's like mold all over the walls. He's got trash bags. His dog is shit everywhere.
Yeah.
But he just sees what he wants to see. Also, his animals talk to him. And he voices his dog and his cat.
Yeah.
And he voices his cat with an Irish accent.
Yeah, Irish or Scottish, and the dog is like a southern, like, doofus almost. I don't think you should go do that unless you're ready for the consequences.
It's exactly how you would expect a dog and a cat to be portrayed.
Yeah, the devil and the angel.
Yeah, at one point the cat is yelling at it, and the dog just pops up and goes, I think it's a good time to go on a walk.
Yeah, the cat's like, we could cut their heads off. We could stash it in the basement. They wouldn't even know what it is. Come on, don't be a sissy.
The cat's Venom, and that just ready to kill.
Oh, yeah. Yep, he's just in there doing that stuff.
Yeah, it's a weird movie.
Anna Kendrick's in it as well, and it's definitely a weird movie, but it is one that, like, he takes his pills. Like, he starts doing violent acts and takes his pills. But then it gets rid of his delusion, which is a beautiful apartment with a happy life. Yeah. And he realizes what's going on, and he throws him. He gets rid of him immediately because he's like, I like my delusion better.
That's exactly. He dumps him down the sink. He freaks out. He sees blood just all over his apartment. He sees the head in his fridge.
Tupperware of organs.
The head he sees when he's on his or not on his pills is beautiful. And he loves
talking to him, giving him advice.
The head he sees is a dead head.
A decomposing head of a coworker. It is definitely a weird movie, but if you're a fan of Ryan Reynolds, check it out.
Weird movies. It is. It was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Not great, nothing special, but it's a surprisingly good weird
I think
movie.
it's on Netflix, too.
It is. It's on Netflix.
Netflix, sponsor us.
God, that's the dream right there. Get alcohol and Netflix.
I'd say more alcohol for me, but I understand. Hey, it's not a bad idea. Speaking of, you're saying like it's like Venom as the voices. The movie Life with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds, when they go into space and they find life, a new organism out in space, and they're doing tests on it and stuff. If you haven't seen that movie, it's one of those ones that is not great. And it's not terrible. It's in the middle. Like, it's not a bad watch.
That's what I heard. It's right in the middle. Everybody's like, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything since it came out.
So it's made by the same guys that did Venom. So
Venom.
This thing is like a little blob. And they immediately it moves and reacts. So they immediately start testing it like scientists do. They're like, well, what would it do without air? And what would it do if I electrocuted it? Well, it reacts. Like, it defends itself. The whole movie, while it's killing people, there's a party that's going like, well, you started this shit. You fucking started it. You shouldn't have fucking stabbed it or whatever. Like, it seems like cool. And like, there's a scene too. They put a mouse in there, like in a sex chair almost. Its arms are like strapped down, and it's putting it in there. And then like the blob's like checking them out, and the mouse bites it. And then it attacks the mouse. And you immediately get an idea from that point in the movie, like, oh, okay, yeah, they should fucking airlock this motherfucker out. They should do this Alien, was it Alien Resurrection? I can't remember the name of that movie. Where they shoot it through the small hole, and it goes through. Yeah, you're like, dude, get rid of it. But someone asked, because it lands, starts going towards Earth, and you don't know what happens to it. And they say in it, someone's like, hey, is that a prequel to Venom? Because Sony does Venom.
Yep.
And someone's like, listen, I've heard all these rumors, and I'm here to put to rest. Maybe.
I know, he's like, we'll get people to see it more. Don't say no.
He's like, comic book nerds, if you were going to see it now.
He's like, don't say yeah, but like, don't say no either.
Yeah.
He's like, I guess you'll have to watch to find out both those movies.
Look for Easter eggs that aren't there.
Right? Everybody's like, oh, Ryan Reynolds, does that mean Deadpool's going to be in it? Huh? Yeah, maybe.
Hugh Jackman might be Wolverine. Stay after the credits. That's a good one, though. Life is a fun one. That's one of his more recent ones. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal, which is one of these guys I really like, if he's in a part, he devotes himself to it. So I usually, if Ryan Reynolds wasn't in it, I would probably see it as Jake Gyllenhaal. But since Ryan Reynolds is in it, I'm already in it.
Yeah. Those are two really good actors. I like them both.
Yeah.
It's got everything you want. Two handsome men.
Is that it? All right. Well, hey, just like our podcast.
Did they clone me?
Come on, man. Jesus. Give me a little bit here.
Oh, my bad.
Fuck off. I want to talk a little bit about his cameos, too. How often he does. Ryan Reynolds does. I call him RR. When RR, I hang out with him. We walk our fish. And
I hang out with Blake Lively.
Do you? How is he nice? He hosts The Voice, right? He does a lot of cameos. He does Harold and Kumar. He had a really bit part as an OR nurse.
Yep.
Where he just showed up.
And I mean, he's just his goofy ass self, really.
I mean, sometimes when someone's like, he made a role as this, you're like, whoa, that's a stretch. And they're like, he did Deadpool and Blade Trinity. And I was like, sounds like they let him do what he wanted. You know what I mean? They're like, you're funny as fuck. You want to just show up and kind of read lines as you would? Yeah, I'll save this piece of shit. I'll help it out. How high is Blade on cocaine every day? A lot? Because everyone vampires in real life? Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, he's funny in person, like in real life too. If you follow him on like Twitter and all that, like he is a pretty funny guy. And he'll do cameos just because like it feels like like in Ted, he plays Patrick Warburton's gay lover.
Patrick Warburton, if you guys don't know, he is the voice of Kronk in Emperor's New Groove. You should know who Patrick Warburton is.
He's the Tick.
And it was Rules of Engagement.
That's right.
Yeah, he's also in that one. But yeah, he does.
He just walks by the camera pretty much. He stops. I don't remember his name in it. And then they leave. That's it, and you laugh your ass off.
I'm a huge fan of Patrick Warburton too. I love when he shows up the black guy, and he's like, what's going on with you? And he's like, I don't know, I woke up like this. He's like, really? He's like, yeah, I got a note from a guy saying, hey, you want to come over and fight and have sex? I don't know what happened. He's like, are you part of some weird fight sex cult? I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
And then later he turns out he's gay with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Perfect. His buddy probably called him up, hey, you want to do this? He's like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
And McFarland, I can't remember his first name. Thank you. Seth MacFarlane, our buddies. He's even in A Million Ways to Die in the West.
I think what is his part? Is it the same?
I think so. I don't remember that movie that much. Didn't really care for it.
It's not bad. I mean, I like Seth MacFarlane, who I heard on the fucking radio singing Christmas tunes. Stay in your lane, bitch. Dude, stick to making cartoon animals talk and shit.
He does singing better when he does his voices.
Come on, dude.
I want to hear Peter and Stewie, not your stupid regular voice.
I'll hear Sinatra sing.
Right? I don't want to hear Brian.
Brian can sing. I don't want to hear Seth sing. And if Seth's singing, he better have a new jam that I haven't heard before.
A new jam. That's right. Sing some Britney Spears.
He also did the voice of the Croods. Ryan Reynolds did.
It's a good movie. It was surprisingly good.
Nicolas Cage, Emma Stone.
Well, I assume Nicolas Cage is in everything, so.
Yeah!
It was a surprisingly good movie. If you've seen it, it's an animated movie about a caveman family, whatever.
Yeah, it's like the first people, a guy's trying to stick to the old ways of staying safe, and a guy comes in, and a new caveman has all these different inventions and different ideas, and he's scared by it, but...
Yeah. It's like a Pixar Disney movie, pretty much. It's pretty much just like an animated movie.
It's like a Shrek movie, I'd say. I think it's the same company. They have a lot of swings and misses. I think they made a sequel to it as well.
They haven't. They are. They are making it.
Out
yet. Which I think everybody's on board for.
Speaking of voices, he has a movie coming out where he's playing Detective Pikachu.
I heard about this today.
That's right.
From you.
That's right. I heard about it. Brought up. Ha ha ha. Funny joke. Not a joke. Doing the voice of Detective Pikachu in a movie.
He told me, we gotta talk about Detective Pikachu. I was like, fuck off, we're not talking about Detective Pikachu.
We didn't talk about Karate Starfish. You're like, that's not a thing.
He's like, I'm not lying. He pulled it up and everything. I was like, well, fuck me.
So funny. So that's a movie he has coming out. He has another one called Underground 6 that's coming out on Netflix. That one I'm actually really excited. The same writers that did Deadpool is working with him again. Dave Franco's in it with him. Kind of a
that.
secretive thing that's coming to Netflix. It's being released in a series with Ryan Reynolds starring in it. An action movie or action series. It's supposed to be really good. I'm not sure about all the details. Last I heard, it was based on an idea where 6 multimillionaires fake their deaths and become like a vigilante team to fight like crime or something.
You got me.
I'm just saying, like, dude, you got Ryan Reynolds and, which is amazing, by the way, that Netflix is scooping up all these big name actors.
They'll pay. They'll do it. They'll break the bank to do it. They have no money. I think they keep taking loans out of it. I don't know.
Dude, you remember when like Netflix used to be an envelope that you put in the mail that would return it, and now they're like, what does Netflix do? Runs my life.
I used to watch Dexter and wait for the next disc because I was like 4 seasons behind when I started. I was like, bring it to me, 3 episodes. That's it.
You're like, you send it back, like, I didn't get my disc, and then as soon as you send it back, and you're like, found it. And you're like, we'll see what these. I guess we bought it.
We bought it.
We bought season 3 of Scrubs. We bought it, guys.
Good season.
Speaking of Scrubs, he had a cameo on it as a buddy.
That's
a college friend.
I think the first episode.
That he was a huge party animal, which is a stretch for him. Where afterwards they party all night and they put in IVs. It's the best hangover cure ever.
Isn't it kind of just he's in National Lampoon's Van Wilder?
Oh, I love that movie. That was a movie I owned when I was younger.
That's a good movie. Their dog's balls floating to the top of the bathtub.
Tara Reid's only good movie in her entire life. That and Sharknado 5.
I was going to say, have you seen the Sharknadoes? God, out of your mind.
From a comedian standpoint, by the way, Van Wilder is based off of the comedian Bert Kreischer. You know who Bert Kreischer is? The machinist? I am the machine. So that story is based off of Bert Kreischer, who was voted the biggest party animal in the United States at this college. I think in Florida. I'm not sure where.
Surprising.
Right? He wasn't at Harvard. And was there for 7 years. And he wrote out the story, and that became his thing. And the story became National Lampoon Van Wilder. And they're like, yeah, we based this a lot of what you did. And, we're not giving you royalties. And Bert Kreischer's so cool, but he's like, I don't care. He's like, that's fine.
Do it.
I love that movie, though. It's so funny. I think it probably made me first really like Ryan Reynolds.
I think that was his first big role. I mean, I can't.
Like leading role?
Yeah, I don't think of anything that was before that.
No, I mean, it just so well. A lot of his jokes, you can tell, are the same kind of things. Like, he'd be driving, and the girl's like getting in his car. He's like, are you stalking me? Because that would be super. And then they just start driving away. I'm like, yep, classic Ryan Reynolds right there. RR, my fish walking buddy.
Your fish walking buddy?
Yeah, we walk our fish. We walk next to streams.
I was gonna say, what, you drag your fish or what?
They're not dragging fish.
That I think led to his next role. I don't know if it was his next role, but waiting. It's kind of the same thing.
Oh, yeah, those drinks, dude. Dirty
They're
martinis.
God,
I warned you.
I don't know. Well, we gotta drink his gin.
I'll say they're not gross. It's very good gin, but as you guys, if you don't know, dry martinis are gin and a little bit of olive juice and then olives. So you're essentially
green olives.
Dude, you're essentially
Which
having
are also nasty.
a 4-finger glass of gin.
It's like, hey, do you want to wash down your nasty gin with nasty olives?
Yeah.
Please. What else you got that's nasty?
You're like, do you have some bacon sandwich or something? Like that's, which makes me think that James Bond should be hammered every movie I see him in. When he's drinking like 2 of these, I'm like, God damn, James!
Well, I don't know. Do they fill it all the way up?
I do.
I know you do. Like, we drink like we're poor people who just want to get drunk.
I had a rough day.
We're not drinking like I got $40 I could spare on a half a glass of gin.
It's badass, though.
That is badass, but that's not us. We don't have our
Sorry,
sponsors yet.
back to Waiting. Waiting had Justin Long in it. Had
Anna Faris, I believe.
Anna Faris, but what's the name of the bald manager who's in Anchorman? Champ? David Krochner?
Sure.
I think it's David Krochner.
Sounds right. Andy Milonakis?
Is he in it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's,
Dane Cook?
Dane Cook?
He plays a cook.
He does. I don't know what Andy Milonakis plays, but I think just some smoking teenagers.
Oh, he does. He plays like a busboy that's smoking weed out behind the thing. Like, you don't fucking get your shit together. Like, psh. They talk black the whole time.
Yeah.
Very funny.
That's a good movie. So.
Waiting is good. Actually, I really like Waiting. The new guy who's like never gets to talk the whole movie.
Justin Long.
No. The new guy.
Oh. Yeah.
So he never gets to talk till the end. And they even have Luis Guzman boom.
I can't remember his
No,
name.
my
He's an
motherfucking
anger
name.
management.
Mexican guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so funny. He played a mean killer in Narcos too,
Okay.
which is surprising. But Waiting's super funny, and if you've ever worked like in the service industry,
Which I have not.
I have.
I worked at a fast food restaurant, but that's not service.
Yeah, it's not like
It's
a
serving
Applebee's.
Shit. Yeah. Fried their
You
fries.
super relate to this movie. This was like, hey, table 6 is a bitch, or oh, I got foreigners, they don't tip, or like all these like funny things that are like super true. It's 'cause I loved it. One of my favorite things is it's such a small part. David Kreshner comes back, person's like, yeah, this steak was undercooked. He's like, I understand that, ma'am. Did you have to eat the whole steak to find that out, though?
I remember that.
And I'm like, I've been in places with people, and they're doing shit like that. I'm like, come on, dude. You're at Denny's. Why are you trying to get one up on Denny's?
You have the hostess, who's 17 the whole movie.
Yeah.
Turns 18 at the end.
He's like,
Ryan Reynolds looks excited, I think.
yeah.
Well, everybody is, really.
Well, the weird part for me, I don't know if I should say this on a podcast. I'm like,
Do it!
okay? I don't believe in that shit. I don't think it's right that when someone's like,
That
hey,
you can't fuck minors? Jesus Christ, Danny.
that's my stance. I don't like it when someone's like, hey, in a week, I can be mentally aroused by her and have sex with her. I'm like, have sex what I understand, but don't act like 24 hours has passed and so now you're not a creep.
Right? You usually just wait a week after they're born.
Out of respect. Out of respect. No, but I always think that's weird. Like, whenever I see somebody's like, yeah, he had sex with her and she was 16 and he was 18. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know. Yeah, Kylie Jenner just turned 18 last week, so now we can all jerk off to her. I was like, okay, what the fuck's going on, guys?
That's fair. That's fair.
Understand your own brains. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's not, it's not. You're like, she's 16 and really hot. I'm like, okay, I'll let that go. That's fine. She's 12. You might need to be flamethrowed. You might need to be
So what's the cutoff?
barbecued.
She's 15?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't like the people that are waiting for dates. Don't count down the hours until you think it's
But you
legally okay.
You can't fuck them. They're not saying, oh, I don't jerk off to them. They're saying, I can't fuck
Oh,
you
no,
until
no.
this week.
People say, like, I can't make jokes about having sex with...
Yeah, but you can't.
I can't think of, like, someone that's famous, like, the girl that played Hermione.
Emma Watson?
People were counting down her birthday.
Yeah, we were.
Okay. I can't resist the high five. They're counting down the time until they think it's okay to make jokes about it. I see it in magazines and I see it on websites. She's now 18. I'm like, dude, get back up. Dude, back up. Like, you had a shot anyways, dude. Like, relax.
Whatever. She's hitting me up all the time. I'm like, listen, M. Like, that's what I call her.
Oh, yeah? She calls me pepper spray. Listen, pepper spray. But anyways, in that movie, yeah, they have a really cute hot girl, which actually goes on to be a helper in Goliath with Billy Bob Thornton. Very good show on Amazon. Definitely see that one. But she grows up. She gets to turn 18. Even he makes the joke. It just doesn't feel right because...
Yeah, that's right.
But still hang out.
You know, you have to make those jokes. Or else you get fired from Disney.
That wasn't Disney. Waiting?
No, I was talking about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh, James Gunn.
Dang.
Always in my heart, buddy. Yeah, I really like Waiting. Definitely see it, though. Justin Long's funny. Even Dane Cook has a couple funny parts. You'll notice a lot of faces in that, too, that are...
I haven't seen it for a while.
Really
what
good.
else I don't know? Yeah, it is a funny movie. It was really popular when it came out, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was. I see that at parties. It was like a party movie. You put it on in the background.
Yeah, I can see that. Probably not drinking gin. How was he thinking? Buying a gin company.
He's classy.
Buy a whiskey. Whiskey's classy to me.
Yeah.
What I can
Like
afford.
I said, we wrapped our hot dogs in Wonder Bread, dude.
That is true. I didn't have Wonder Bread. I had Great Value bread.
Yeah, I wish I had those multicolored balloons. Recently, ironically enough, recently, he's done more of like rom-coms. Probably like maybe 5 years ago, which are they're still very good.
Rom-coms are great. I don't care. Take my man card. I didn't have one anyway. I like rom-coms.
Okay, what's your favorite rom-com that involves Ryan Reynolds?
I mean, The Proposal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Betty
it's a
White,
good one.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Let's get it.
About a guy who works for a bitch, played by Sandra Bullock.
Who doesn't?
And they work for a publishing place, and he wants his book published. She just says no the whole time.
Yeah, she like leads him on, like makes him do shitty work all the time.
Yeah, and she's about to get deported unless she's married.
Ironically enough, was she American that was going to get deported back to America, or was she Canadian that was going to get deported back to Canada?
She can't get deported back to America if she's in America.
So it is in America, so she has to go to Canada.
She has to go to Canada.
Well, where is she from? Why is she getting deported?
I think it's Canada.
So she's Canadian?
Yeah.
Loser.
Which is weird. She's a bitch, and they're known to be polite.
That's true. I've only met like 2 Canadians. They were super nice.
So they say, hey, you're not married and all that. She's like, no, I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's, says, I'm marrying Ryan Reynolds' character, whatever shit his name is. And she convinces him to do it.
Yeah.
So they have to fake being proposed while they go visit his family.
Which is crazy. Like
in Alaska.
And his family's super successful. Like, all the businesses are like, I need to go get a pair of glasses. You can go down to Jacobson's Glasses, like whatever the last name is. You can go down to Jacobson's Butchery. He owns like the whole town.
Yeah, they own Alaska. Or at least that part.
Yeah, fun movie. Really funny. Betty White kills it.
Brought her back.
Sandra Bullock is also, I think, an underrated actress. Even though, actually, she might not be underrated now. Now she might be one of the top, actually getting paid to work.
I mean, she just did Ocean's 8.
That movie, didn't they get married? Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds? Or were they dating?
I think they dated.
Okay.
I think they, because he married...
Sandra Bullock, good on you.
Right? Lucky.
He's a little weird in who he's dated, by the way.
Why?
Well, he dated, Scarlett Johansson.
I married her.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right, I was going to say, you're not making a good case. I'd marry her. Please.
I'll say, I'd let her do horrible things to me.
I'll let her kick my ass while she's tied to a chair.
As she's Black Widowing you. How about she's married to Alanis Morissette for a long time?
Yeah, that's weird.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that a little ironic?
Well, she's a bitch. She's a lover.
I
know my Alanis.
Yeah, that was super. I mean, I don't know. I don't like to judge people's personal relationships, but then now he's moved on to a co-star of his that he's had one of his most famous movies with, Blake Lively, set in a beautiful film called Green Lantern.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. Nerd.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Well, you missed out on a gem, my friend.
I know I didn't. It was just everybody slammed that movie.
Yeah.
And I never brought myself to go see it. And I actually did try watching it at one point, and I was like, you know what, I'm a little busy. Got back to playing on my phone.
I was say like giving myself diarrhea, right?
I'm not gonna lie, I never saw it.
So I never thought I had superpowers.
Okay.
Never thought I had superpowers.
You still don't?
Well, hold on. Let me make my case. Ryan Reynolds is in works to do Deadpool. I'm a big Deadpool fan. I was before. Not as long as some of these OGs. Like, I got into it, like, maybe when I was, like, 18. Some people, like, been following it for fucking 20 years. And, he's wanted to make Deadpool for 15 years, by the way.
Yeah.
Super long time. He's getting in the works with the studio. He gets the job as Green Lantern. And before the movie comes out, there's in talks of trilogy. And in my mind, I'm like, no fucking way. That, like, imagine, like, your favorite character in a book, or your favorite character from a TV show. They're remaking Dredd, right? Imagine they're doing Dredd, and they're like, well, Carl Urban's going to play Cupid in the new, and you're like, no! They're making 5 movies. Fuck you! And so they're doing Green Lantern, and I sacrificed small animals, and I prayed to every god there was. Crom, he's the most powerful. Crom and Odin. And the movie tanked. It tanked so hard. And I've never been happier that an actor I liked movie sucked. And they're like, we're absolutely not doing a trilogy, which pushed him right into Deadpool. And I was just like, okay, well, all those promises I made, I have to do now.
Well, he wanted to do Deadpool before that movie.
Yeah.
Fox wasn't on board yet. They
No.
didn't have the script he wanted. So he's like, all right, well, I'm going to go do this. It could change my career.
Yeah.
It did, for the worse.
Yeah, it's hard. They tried to talk him into it for a long time. He tried to talk the studios into it. And So they filmed a small part, showed it to the executives, and they're still like, no. And he's like, fuck. And then someone leaked it.
Yeah, it got accidentally leaked.
Accidentally leaked onto the
On
internet.
purpose.
I assume it was Reynolds himself. My boy RR is on here. Rest and relaxation
I
up
heard it was
there.
him. I've heard it was the director of the first one.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Whoever did it deserves an award.
Released a small part of it. Everyone blew up. Everyone loved it. The studio's like, oh yeah, maybe there is an idea in this. Put it into production and started that motherfucker. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
The first R-rated movie to be like that high in money. A superhero movie that's rated R, which, I mean, some of them should be. Dude, Venom should have been.
Venom should have been. That was its downfall.
Yeah, Deadpool's fantastic. Dude, I can't tell you.
Are we jumping into Deadpool? God, finally!
Oh, sorry.
Ugh, we talked about his romantic comedies.
Detective Pikachu.
Definitely Maybe is another one I liked. Another romantic
That's
comedy.
funny that you brought that up.
Yeah.
The Change Up, Jason Bateman.
Is my overrated Ryan Reynolds movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like Change Up.
I didn't care for it. I like Ryan Reynolds. I like Jason Bateman.
Of course.
I didn't like that movie that much.
We need to drink more gin, then decide more.
I'm trying the best I can on this one.
I appreciate it.
Gin is disgusting. I've had like 5 sips, but I make sure they're the smallest sips.
That's right. No, Deadpool was a goddamn game changer in a lot of ways. That's why we were talking about the last one on the Halloween episode, and I was like, Purge was a huge change. Paranormal Activity, Blair Witch. Some of the times they do this, it's like the movie studios. It's like when you realize there's a new spice in cooking. You've realized there's a new element you can add to something that already works, and it just makes it better.
Yeah.
So Deadpool was fantastic. If you haven't seen Deadpool, come on, man.
Living Under a Rock. First one's amazing. Second one might be better. We talked about that in our sequels episode. They're both so good. The jokes in it are great.
TJ Miller I really like.
Yeah. He was so dedicated, they tried to do Deadpool.
Okay.
And X-Men Origins.
Yeah.
We all know how that went. I saw that piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk about X-Men Origins. Huge Jackman.
Yeah. They sew his mouth shut. He's not Deadpool.
Shooting lasers from his eyes.
And then they gave him, all the powers of, every superhero, pretty much. It's just, he can teleport.
I'm trying to think of, great analogies when, they take something, that just has a good name, they put on something bad. You're like, this is my Ferrari scooter.
It's like a knockoff.
Yeah.
It's like Gucci, but they just take out a C.
Yeah. You're like, dude, that's not the same, man. This is a character we love. Don't change who he is so you can make money off of it.
That's exactly what they did. And that was just so disappointing. You think you might get a decent Deadpool at the beginning of the movie. He's talking wisecracks. He's got the sword.
He's a good Wade Wilson before he turns into Deadpool.
Yeah, there you go. And then, they make him Deadpool. And he pokes fun of that, too, in Deadpool.
He makes fun of that movie a lot.
Yeah, he does. The first, the credit scene, he makes fun of it in the first Deadpool.
Yeah.
That was funny shit right there.
Also, speaking of Ryan Reynolds movies, if you guys haven't seen the Hitman's Bodyguard with Samuel L. Jackson, Salma Hayek, and Gary Oldman, by the way, that cast is fucking off the hook.
Gary Oldman's an underrated actor.
Oh, fuck, he's one of my favorites.
He's really good.
To me, I watched that movie, great time, cracking jokes. Samuel L. Jackson he plays a bodyguard trying to protect an assassin. That's Samuel L. Jackson. Super funny, go see it. Super recent movie. To me, that is a Deadpool prequel. I saw that movie and I thought, this is Wade Wilson before he gets turned into Deadpool. Yeah. So funny. Same attitude, same comedy. Definitely go see that movie.
Samuel L. Jackson plays someone you've never seen him as, a badass cop who swears a lot, or badass guy who swears a lot.
Motherfucker!
Swears so goddamn much. In every movie, but...
Yeah, the action is so good. I think that's why a lot of the movies he's made recently I really like, too. Smoking Aces, he's a great action hero. Hitman's Bodyguard, the comedy's really good, but also the action is not lackluster. They do a lot of research on these fight scenes and stuff. It's super good.
Yeah. It was a pretty good movie. It's better than I thought it would be, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be that good.
Oh, really?
I didn't. They're making a second one, too.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that's crazy.
I don't know what they're going to do on that one.
Regard. I don't know. Deadpool's fantastic. Loved it. The second one's so good. Josh Brolin came on and...
he dressed up as Halloween as himself in the Goonies movie.
Did he?
Yeah.
What a good sense of humor. I've seen him. He's over 50 years old, and he worked out crazy to play Cable. So, like, Ryan Reynolds is making all these jokes with him. He's naked. He's like, come on, you almost got it, you almost got it. He's, like, squatting, and you look down, he's taking a shit on a toilet naked.
I've seen that.
It's so funny. Great sense of humor. Or taking pictures like his butt out. Like, dude, you're 50 and you're rocking, like, a 13-pack? Like,
that
good.
dude is yoked.
Good boy. I like
You
that.
don't look 50. But you have to be yoked to play Thanos, so.
Thanos. Snip it, Thanos! Also, in Deadpool 2, we got some surprise cameos.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Okay. What's Brad Pitt's cameo?
The greatest.
The Vanisher.
Man, I wanted to say the invisible.
He plays an invisible person that does not talk, by the way.
He does not use... You don't see him for more than a second.
Mm-mm.
That's not an exaggeration. It's a second.
Yeah.
They're jumping out of the plane. He hits an electrical wire. It was surprising because I didn't know he had jumped yet. And then you see Brad Pitt's face, and then that's it.
I just assumed he was Drax.
Right? You got Terry Crews.
Hold on before you go too much farther.
Oh, my bad.
Random thing that happened with Ryan Reynolds. Terrified of heights. Went skydiving once when he was younger. Did you hear about this?
No.
Terrified of heights. When skydiving when he was younger, jumped out of a plane. Chute didn't open. Okay? Chute didn't open.
For skydiving. God.
That is
Crazy bastard.
It's a possibility. And chute did not open. Had to pull his auxiliary chute. Now you're like, okay, well that worked. The difference between a regular chute and an auxiliary chute is it's made to fly. Auxiliary chutes are like your last fucking ditch effort. Mm-hmm. Oh, I have a gun for a bear. What's your backup plan? Frying pan. I'm gonna hit him once before I die.
Why you got a frying pan in the woods?
I cook a lot of chorizo.
Okay.
And pot stickers. And auxiliary chute comes up. The difference is you can't steer him. So he's 8 miles off course where he's supposed to land. And he said his biggest fear was flying down, not being able to steer, and landing in power lines. That was his biggest fear. He thought he'd hit him and fry and be killed. He's like, oh, I pulled the chute just to die by power lines.
That's funny.
Flash forward.
Yep, that's how
The
Brad Pitt
Vanisher.
dies.
God rest his soul.
It's so funny. I laughed out loud after I saw his face. I was like,
so
no
funny.
way was that Brad Pitt. Like, after
Right?
the movie, and that was like the first thing I did. I was like, Brad Pitt really in this?
Yeah.
Or was that just some other handsome guy?
Did I just see somebody's face?
But yeah, Terry Crews is in the second one as well.
Yep.
Plays, I can't remember his name. A guy you see a lot in the trailer. They show him a lot doing stuff. You don't see any of that in the movie.
Me and Brandon have talked about this in movie trailers too. Don't show me something that's not going to happen if I'm trying to be smart and figure out the story.
Yeah.
That being said, Deadpool 2 put a lot of money on the fact that there's going to be an X-Force with like 6 characters, with Skarsgård as a character.
Yeah, the God damn, I can't remember any of their names now.
Zeitgeist.
Yeah, he spits out the poison.
Oh, dude,
Dies
so
in the wood
funny.
chipper.
So, build up these characters, get them idea. He's interviewing them like you would for somebody to work at Best Buy. All these different backgrounds. They come in. What happens to them? How they do? First mission.
First mission, the wind kills him.
There's a high wind advisory.
And then my favorite X-Force member, Peter, has one of my favorite lines in that movie. Maybe my favorite.
Okay.
I think I talked about it in the sequels episode, but I don't care.
Uh-huh.
Putting the sunscreen on his nose. I don't know who this cable guy is. Bet you he hasn't killed as many people as melanoma.
Dude, that's my sugar bear.
Yeah.
I went as Deadpool to Comic-Con where he's in the prison, which also they have the kid from The Wilder People is in that. He's a New Zealand kid. Super funny.
He couldn't watch that movie after it came out.
What?
Wasn't old enough.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that movie's fantastic. Deadpool 2 is so good. Can't recommend it enough. Makes so many jokes. The hero genre. The girl that plays Domino's, fantastic in it. Josh Brolin's Cable.
She's in Atlanta.
Yeah, super funny.
She's really good in that movie.
Also, Juggernaut's in that movie?
Yeah.
Huge fan of Juggernaut? Come on, man.
Come on.
Dude, our nerd advisor who we'll have on the show one time, his nickname I call him Juggernaut. So the fact that Juggernaut's in there. Also,
why do you call him Juggernaut, though?
Because he's unstoppable.
Alright.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I call him best friend.
Do you know who voices Juggernaut?
Who?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds voices Juggernaut. He did it as a joke. They go like, hey, we need Juggernaut to say these lines for what we're doing. And Ryan Reynolds was there with the director. And he's like, well, I'll just voice it until we have something that's better. So he's like, "Oh my God, it's the Juggernaut!" He's like, "I'm gonna rip you in half." And he used his voice. His voice was so good they kept it.
Well, I've heard him voice cats and dogs and deers. So
and cavemans.
There you go. It's not surprising that he killed it.
I loved Deadpool 2. I've not been... You're worried. When someone makes you something, it's a sequel to something you really like. That's why Indiana Jones is the perfect trilogy.
There's not a fourth.
There's no. And you really root for it. You really want it to be a good job. You really want it to be successful. And god damn it if it wasn't. So good.
Yeah. So good. They cut the budget on it. Which Ryan Reynolds, he did a lot of the dialogue for Deadpool. He wrote, actually, all the dialogue for him. The only time they gave him cues and stuff was just, hey, show this emotion. That was it.
Wow.
So he did that. He even wrote the line where he goes to the mansion, and there's no X-Men in there.
It's just Colossus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And teenage...
Megasonic Teenage Warhead.
I get confused on her name. It's too long.
Not long enough.
It's just
what
those
the
two.
shit? Can we switch
names? The hell's the line? Like, oh, they cut the budget.
It's like, what is this place? There's only one X-Men in here?
We couldn't afford anymore.
Couldn't afford any more X-Men?
Yeah. He says that line because a few weeks before that, they actually cut the budget.
Oh, the studio did?
Yeah, this Fox cut the budget by a couple $1 million. So they literally couldn't.
Oh,
so he wrote that line.
Funny.
It was brilliant once I found that out. I was like, that's pretty awesome right there.
Which also, they make another joke about it in the second one. When he shows up and he makes that joke, and you know, because of the point of view, he's like, that's funny, it's meta. He's acknowledging, where are they, right? Yeah. If you're an audience member, you're like, it's a whole mansion, I only see this guy. And in the second one, it shows the whole cast that's there, and they're hiding from Deadpool because they don't want to fucking deal with them.
Yeah.
They don't want no part of it. It's
yeah.
so funny.
They just close the door secretly.
Like, shit, he's here. Yeah, that was really funny, and that was like a favor that the director asked because they were already on set filming the new X-Men, which is called like something or Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix, yeah.
That's coming out soon, which looks pretty good. But I mean, if they had Deadpool in there, it'd be a lot better.
That'd be Emmy award-winning shit right there.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, Deadpool and Deadpool 2 should have won Best Picture, but that's just my smart opinion.
Can we talk about his love of Hugh Jackman? I mean, do you have any other movies you want to talk about? I want to jump into some more love with Hugh Jackman.
We can talk about love with Hugh Jackman? Jeez, I got some of that.
So Ryan Reynolds got Deadpool, and his biggest hope and dreams are to get Hugh Jackman on board. Loves Hugh Jackman as a person. Loves Wolverine, the character. Right and Hugh's like, listen, I respect what you're saying. I understand it. I'm done with that character. So Ryan Reynolds, being the big man he is, the very responsible, understanding person he is, what does he do?
Dude, he hounds him. He makes jokes in the movies. He calls him. They make little skits out of it. Like, Hugh Jackman's a good sport.
Camps on his lawn.
Yeah. In the first Deadpool, he's got his face, like just a cutout of Hugh Jackman's face stapled onto his face.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny. Like, I think that the Deadpool, like, series needs a little of the Hugh in it. Needs a little bit of the Logan.
That would be nice. Logan and Cable.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Man, I just gave myself a nerd boner.
So funny. But that's also what I was saying before. He's so goddamn funny.
Yes. Ryan
Reynolds, weren't you telling me before that before he wanted to be an actor, he wanted to be a stand-up comic?
Yeah, he did. He moved to California, and he was actually hoping to become a stand-up comic. I don't know what became of him, but...
Just too handsome. He just killed it. I don't want to tell you stories that you can just go watch on YouTube about stories, but I heard one that he does, and it was about Utah, which is where we lived. He started in St. George, and he was biking across the country, does these trips, like his off time. And the guy's like, does the studio let you do that? And he's like, yeah, well, I don't ask him, but yeah. And he goes, we're driving down, and I feel really like, oh my God, I have to pee. And I'm like, okay, and we're pulling over. It smells so bad. And I was like, but I got to pee. So we pull over and pee. So I jump over this railing that has these bushes there, and I jump over, and I land directly in a dead horse. Oh. I'm in a dead horse. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just like, what do I do? And I'm up to my knees in this thing. And a person that's on there with him, I can't remember the girl, she was like, did you pee? I was like, no, not at all. I lost my train of thought there when I was in Dead Horse.
I might have would have peed a little.
The guy's like, how'd you get out? He's like, I got out the hard way. That's how I got out. And I'm like, this guy is so funny, off the cuff. He absolutely could have been a stand-up comic.
He could have. Don't you hate him? Handsome,
Don't you hate
funny, good actor. He's the whole package. I'm sure he can sing. I assume. Just looking at him.
Dude, that is one thing, though, that is probably why I'm so drawn to him. Works really hard.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got a 15-pack. Super funny. How many guys are like, sexiest man alive, that you could talk to, and you're like, oh, this guy's immediately funnier than me?
Everybody who's met me. All right.
Oh,
no more
God,
dwelling on
Jesus.
that. Yeah, and what I like is he's in that good shape. He's not overly huge. Like, he's not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's not The Rock.
Yeah, like
Who
So-
could be, though, to be fair? Jeez, that guy's a monster.
yeah. So when he does these action scenes, it's not like quirky. Like, oh God, I'm gonna swing these giant muscles and whack like
He's
I'm
got to
punching you.
find a way to win.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
he'll use that frying pan when you throw him against the stove.
Yeah?
Just screw around, throw an egg at your face. I don't know. He'll do what he can.
Yeah.
That's why I like a lot of his action movies. We've got to bring up Safe House with Denzel Washington.
Safe House. That's actually a very good movie.
Another good old guy in there.
Plays another
Denzel
cop in it.
Washington.
Plays a couple cops.
Well, he kind of just looked like he'd be a straight-laced cop.
I guess. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean,
Do I need to bring up his other cop movie?
go ahead.
R.I.P.D.
Oh. With fucking Bridges and Kevin Bacon and, or as I call it, the Men in Black reboot.
No, that wasn't even a reboot. That was just, they were shitting on the Men in Black. Like,
Yeah.
hey, do it too.
Really rough. That would be a movie. Also, there is a line in there that I still remember where he's like, "Now I was a cowboy, I got killed, and a coyote came over and he skull fucked me." He's like, "Let me tell you, and I believe this with all my heart, I hope he got both eye holes." And the whole movie, not very good. That line, I was laughing very hard.
Yeah, the whole movie, I'll say it, it sucks.
It's very bad. It's very...
It is. Like,
fucking
I like
convoluted.
both of them. Not in that one.
And then also, Jeff Bridges plays the same character he did in True Grit. There just wasn't a lot of... Kevin Bacon, who I'm always rooting for him to come back. I love him in The Following, Flatliners, all his Tremors, fucking 100 movies that he's in.
Tremor.
I do love Tremors. I'm a fucking
Friday the
Tremors fan.
13th.
Oh, he's in that?
Yeah. He's in the original. Still good. Big character, I guess.
Yeah, really fantastic. Do you have any other movies you want to talk about?
No, you know what? I think I'm pretty square.
You're pretty.
Thank you. Pretty.
Well, you want to drop off and, well, did you have a role you want Ryan Reynolds to play in? That kind of comes off the top of your head of what you think would be really good.
Ooh, off the top of my head. Another cop role.
Yeah? Deadpool 3.
God, yes. I want Deadpool 7.
Yeah, well, we all do.
I know. He'll play it, too. He'll play it as long as they...
I'll work my voodoo best I can, man.
He'll play as long as they want him. He's come out and said that.
Well, plus, yeah, and I have a lot of respect for him where he's like, listen, I've landed the role I've wanted for a long time. You know, try and get me out of it. I ain't gonna be upset. Willie Nelson had the best one where it started raining. And they're like, do you want to sign autographs in the rain? And he said, I've waited 20 years for people to want my autograph. I'm not going to stop now.
I had to do that the other day. Everybody just wanted it.
Everybody?
Nobody.
How about, you got recognized at the asylum?
I did. That was the highlight of my life. My life.
I was trying to think of one for Ryan Reynolds. For me, I like it when he does his darker roles, or he does like Buried, where he's buried underground, and action roles. But he's so goddamn funny, and I don't think I have a role that I want him to do. Deadpool's it. I was rooting for Deadpool for such a long time. But
Everybody was. Ever since Blade Trinity.
It's so good. I would like to see him more in comedic roles. I would like to see him in just like a silly, zany movie, like a Dumb and Dumber, or a like that kind of role. I want to see what he can do with a lot of physical comedy. But besides that, I can't be greedy, man. That guy's killing it.
Yeah, it's just comedic roles, action roles, whatever it is. He does really good in them. He can play a weirder role. He can play serious. I know he's got serious roles out there.
Yep.
I probably haven't seen them.
Mississippi Grind is not a bad one, but don't if you're gonna start off on somebody, go with their greatness.
You gotta start Deadpool.
Dude, start Deadpool. Start, even if you don't want to go that way, go another comedy.
No, you want to go that way.
Ben Wilder.
Deadpool.
Yeah, did you want to tease the next one?
Absolutely. Next week, I'm excited.
Next week.
We've brushed on some things about this already.
Okay.
I'm not doing an actor. Not doing an actress.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Look at you, not
another
sexist.
one again.
Okay.
I'm doing Netflix originals.
What?
Yeah, Netflix original TV shows.
You just said
movies.
actress.
No, I said not an actress.
Oh, okay.
Use your ears. You're right there next to me.
My headphones are messing up.
No, I'm doing Netflix. We're doing
Netflix originals?
Netflix originals.
Oh, shit.
So, we may talk about your favorite Netflix show, but we may not. There's a shit ton of them.
That's exciting, actually. There's a couple that I really want to talk about.
Oh, there's a couple I'd like to talk about.
Fuck yeah, let's get it, man. Okay, I'm
We're gonna have a
excited.
full episode of Stranger Things.
Fuck yeah!
Only 2 seasons, but I can talk about it for an hour.
Get it,
That's
Sheriff
fine
Hopper.
with me. God, I'd love to be
11.
in a cabin with him.
I'll bring my egos. All right, cool, man. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning into this one. Ryan Reynolds, me and Brandon were a huge fan. This really wasn't that big of a stretch for us. We really liked
I
it.
didn't have to do any research. I've already watched all of them.
Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram,
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Hit that subscribe button.
And Brandon has a stalker on YouTube that I'm actually jealous of.
Well, he's a genius.
He's just commenting on like how handsome you are and how you probably are just like packing.
Said I'm hung like a horse. I let him know, though, that I'm not.
I was like, hey, Dad, get off my feet.
I was all horses wish they were something.
The horses say they're hung like Brandon.
Yeah, I got stalkers now. If you want to join, you can. I don't do much, though, so you'll get bored.
Yeah. Are you stalking me? Like, oh, he always asks us every day.
You wanna come inside? You can stand on my deck.
We'll watch a movie. I mean, muffins.
I gotta do podcast research.
Yeah, thanks guys so much for watching next week's Netflix original.
Netflix original.
All
Movies,
right.
TV shows, whatever.
I'm fucking excited. I'm really excited, man.
And I know you guys are excited too.
Let's get it. We're gonna Netflix and chill, guys. Let's get it.
All
Whiskey
right.
Cinema.
Whiskey Cinema.